Elden Ring received a ray tracing update. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Clean Tech, home of daily technology news and reviews, and today we're going to be talking about Elden Ring. Today's video is brought to you by Clean Router. More on them at the end of the video. So Elden Ring gets ray tracing in new update. Update version 1.9 or 09 is available now and brings ray tracing to the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. Let's jump right in. Elden Ring is getting ray tracing on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC as part of the game's newly available 1.09 update, according to Bandai Namco's patch notes. That means you should see graphical improvements like improved lighting as you're exploring the lands between the map of the game, which is oh so sweet. That said, ray tracing can be taxing on your system, so your game's frame rate and resolution might be affected when you are playing with ray tracing on. Bandai Namco warns, if I noticed worse frame rate in a few minutes of testing on my PS5. I believe that's from one of the reviewers for the update. For those on PC, the company has a list of minimum and recommended specs for ray tracing in the 1.09 patch notes, and that is the case with ray tracing on pretty much every single game that has the functionality across the board. It's a very taxing graphical overhaul that, you know, can really drain your system depending on what kind of resources you have in there. Obviously, if you're rocking a 4070, a 4080, a 4090, something, you know, something that's recent and is powerful enough, you should not be able to tell any performance dips at all whatsoever. But then again, most of the people that are out there, they don't necessarily have the latest and greatest, and ray tracing, yeah, that can really give a kicker to your frame rate, so choose wisely. The update also includes several bug fixes as well as adjustments to weapons, Ashes of War, and PvP balance. Bandai Namco promises that there will be more updates in the future, and we already know about one major update to look forward to, a forthcoming expansion called Shadow of the Erdtree. It's been a good time for ray tracing news, as CD Projekt Red and Nvidia just announced that Cyberpunk 2077 will be getting path tracing, which is also known as full ray tracing across the board in terms of your street lights, your weapon reflections, and just like everything. You know, if there's a source of light, it's gonna behave as light should, appropriately in the real life. It's a one-to-one comparison that you can do in there, and that's basically what path tracing is. Obviously, it doesn't necessarily add anything new or make you a better gamer by any means whatsoever, ray tracing, but it's a visual overhaul, and it makes the whole gaming a much more pleasant experience on your eyes. And if you can afford it, might as well, that is the way to go. Then like the difference can be depending on the game and the level or the setting that you're in the game. Turning ray tracing on or off, that can really be that difference, and so yeah, but just play with it. Obviously, review the patch notes, see if you meet the bare minimum or recommended specs before you go ahead and turn it on. Heck, if you're kind of one of those people who just wants ray tracing in there at the compromise of frame rate or resolution, then by all means do so. One thing that you could do is just lower down the resolution a bit, assuming you have like a 4K or 2K monitor, and you can just scale that down to 1080p and still get a decent enough frame rate along with ray tracing. But then again, your image itself, it won't be as sharp. It's not going to be that clear, crisp 4K or 2K quality that you're used to, because that won't be the native resolution to your monitor. Obviously, that is the case in terms of PC. You don't necessarily get the option to do a whole lot of customizations or tweaking in the settings menu, at least graphically, on consoles like you do on PC. So consoles should be relatively straightforward. They roll the update out, you install the update, and Bob's your uncle. The game itself, it's amazing. My favorite game in 2022 by far, and definitely gives me one more reason to return back to the lands between. But yeah, those are just some of my thoughts on it. Let me know yours down in the comment section below.
Clean Router is the only router you will ever need, because it allows parents to easily manage all the devices in their homes and stop internet pornography. It's simple and easy to use, doesn't slow down the internet, and allows you to block pornography, gambling, and anything else that you don't want your kids to see using the 7-layer IntelliFilter. Logs all activities per device. It also allows you to put time restrictions, get email reports, and gives you the ability to block content by keywords and even filters YouTube. Check them out in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day.